Okay, hello and welcome to another live lesson. Thank you for all of those who are waiting, of course. Unfortunately, we are a couple of minutes just past the start time. And this is a good phrase for you guys to use, I was fiddling about with a few settings. So fiddling about means I was trying or changing something. Yes, and usually it means to be like a small change, nothing huge, nothing major. So we can use that one, fiddling about with some settings. Yes, it's a good phrase to use. Anyway, I hope that you guys are all very well and are ready to, of course, enjoy another live lesson. Fingers crossed that we get lots more people. I hope so. Today's topic is about public transportation. Yes. So we're going to be looking at the different types. We're going to be looking at, of course, some useful phrases, a couple of important phrasal verbs, a conversation, which of course includes some useful questions, and of course some transportation themed idioms. Yes. It doesn't mean that we can use them in relation to conversation of like asking about transportation, but they have the same theme as what we are covering today. Julia, hello. Amina, hello as well. Panga, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Of course, Axleen, hello as well. I will just pop out the chat. And there we go. I can see it wonderfully. Thank you very much indeed for joining. Of course. Lovely to have all of you here indeed. So if you do have other people, friends, family, as I say always, everybody is welcome. Please invite them to come along and enjoy the lessons, of course. And I believe last time I checked, we are nearly at 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Maybe we've even gone over it. I don't know. The last time I checked, we were at 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is really, really cool because it's growing and growing day by day. And that is, of course, down to you guys. So thank you very much indeed for supporting, sharing, and of course encouraging people to come and join us. Yeah, 3,000 is great, but of course I want to push on and get lots more people to come and join our lovely kind of like little group community that we are making here. It's nice to get the regular people joining and having fun, of course, learning a language as well. So with that being said, I'm just going to notify people on Facebook so they can come and join us. So let's quickly, we are live as always on YouTube. All right, come and join in the, join in the lesson. All right, there we go. So fingers crossed that will bring over some more people. Okay, bing bang bong, we are ready. Aramo, hello, thank you for joining. Lovely to have you. Thank you very much indeed. All right, so let's head over to, of course, the presentation as always. Yes, let's get started. Rosemary, hello and good evening to you too. Alrighty, so let's head over. All right, so as you can see, we're talking about how to take public transport. Yes. we're going to be looking at giving information, asking for information about public transport as well. Alrighty. So first things first, of course, what I would like to know is the different kinds of transport. So earlier, I believe yesterday, 2 days ago, I, of course, put out a post on Facebook asking what kinds of public transport do you guys have in your countries? And it was great to see some of your responses. Really interesting to see. Okay, so just quickly in the comments, please let me know what are some of the popular public transportation that you guys have in your country. I would say in Japan, probably trains are the number one, right? They are the most popular ways to get around, yes. Buses, probably just behind trains, but yes, trains are very important and popular in Japan. I think I probably take the train nearly every day. Nearly every day. Panji, hello and good evening to you. All right. So please let me know in the comments what kind of public transportation is there in your country. All right. So I'm waiting to see some of your answers. Public buses, yes, are popular in Myanmar. Right, that's right, yes. Buses, very popular. Okay. The trains are not popular in Myanmar, right? I remember seeing one train and it was moving a little bit slowly. Aramo, okay, bus is popular. Cool, very good. Very good indeed. Nice, that's good to hear. All right. Hello. Actually, nice to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the different kinds of transport. And I included some of the ones that you guys suggested or told me on Facebook the other day. Taxi, taxi is kind of... yeah, it's public transport, but it could also be private, really. It's an interesting one because we don't really share a taxi with other people, right? That's where the little bit is different indeed. Yes, jeepney. That's a great one in the Philippines. Yes, I have taken a few jeepneys when I have been in the Philippines. Yes. Buses and ships and trains are very popular in Indonesia. Awesome. Very cool. All right. So let's take a look. These are in no particular order. It's just something that I quickly put up. Tram. Yes. So a tram is an interesting one, right? Tram is basically similar to like a train. However, it is mostly through, I would say, the center of cities, and it's much smaller. As you can see, this is only like a one car, or they're often like two cars, but they are not very big. They're quite small. And yeah, they're very interesting ways to get around. They're quite cool, actually. All right, Yell, hello, good evening. Tra, good evening to you. Awesome, cable cars. Wow, yes, I included cable cars a little bit later. I think they're really cool. All right. Bus, of course, is very popular indeed. That is the traditional red London bus that you can see there, yes. Very iconic and famous. All right, the next one has 4 different ways in which we can, of course, call it. You can say subway, you can say metro, you can say underground, also you can say the tube. Probably subway is the number one familiar for everyone in the world. However, in England, if you hear tube, it means subway. We call it the tube or the underground in England, especially in, of course, London. That is where you would see most people catching the tube or the underground. But I would say any of those are perfectly okay. Either one is no problem at all. All right. The next one is, of course, trains. Yes. So trams, buses, subways, trains. These, I would say, generally are most popular around the world. Yeah. So we can use those ones there. Subway is familiar in England. They don't use metro. Yeah, metro is not really something that we say too much. Subway we can use, but I would say the most British way of calling it is the tube. Yeah, that is the, I would say, the number one British expression. But subway is generally worldwide, yes. All right, so let's take a look at some other kind of interesting, less popular ways, but in some countries, very popular. Water taxi or water bus. Now these are very interesting. They're pretty cool, actually. I think they're amazing to use. But yeah, I quite like them. And what they do, or what they are, is similar to a bus. They have small stops along the river, especially in London. You can go along the Thames River, and they have different stops along the way. Similar to a bus, yes. Some places they call them water taxis, some places call them water bus. A ferry, it's okay to say a ferry, no problem, but my image is a ferry is a little bit bigger. That's just my interpretation, my image, but yes. Maybe some people say ferry as well. But those are really cool to use. If you ever go to London, I recommend taking the Thames River water bus, I think they call it. It's really good fun. All right. In the Philippines, tricycle is popular. From my experience, I'm using from my experience. Tricycles are very popular. This is interesting because tricycles can be private or they could be public. Because again, similar to a taxi, you could, of course, take a tricycle, but it's just you or your family. But sometimes you could share with other people. So it's quite an interesting I would say, in between private and public. So yes, it could be either or. And the last one that I chose, especially with a picture, Aria, hello and good evening to you, was a jeepney. Yes, jeepneys are very, very popular as well. Very hot in summertime. Or very hot in, I would say, the hot seasons in the Philippines. Yes, no aircon, of course. All right, and some other ones that we... yes, you can say auto rickshaw as well. Yeah, that's okay. Rickshaw, yeah. Yeah, just whenever I hear rickshaw, I always think of the person running with the rickshaw. Yes. But yes, you're right. You could say an auto rickshaw. That's perfect. Brilliant. The next one that we can use as well are some of these ones here, like cable car, right? So you can say cable car, night bus. Again, that is just a bus that goes through the night. Tuk-tuk. I think tuk-tuks are very similar to tricycles in terms of what they do and how they operate. But yes, very interesting indeed. We have some really awesome different kinds of transport. I know that I haven't covered everything, but these are just some interesting and popular ways of getting around. Now, I'm going to focus more on the traditional ones. For example, buses, trains, subways, because those are the most commonly used. However, these phrases can be used with other types of transport. All right. How about trishaw? Julia, I've never heard of a trishaw. What is a trishaw? I'm interested to know now. What is a trishaw? Okay. Raditya, hello. Good evening to you. All right. So, now, let's take a look at some, and I'm sure you guys are very, very familiar with what I like to do with these ones. Prepositions of transport. Now, for those of you who are familiar, we have often covered this mini topic a few times, but it's important to cover it a little bit more now. So, let's take a look. Prepositions of transport. For private transport, such as cars and taxis, we generally use in, right? But there's one exception, motorcycle. Motorcycles and, of course, bicycles, things like that. We say on because we're riding on them. But whenever we talk about like private ones, we would say, of course, a car and a taxi, we would say in because we are inside an enclosed space. So we would say in. However, when we take a look at examples, you will see, right? So for example, hurry up and get in the car, right? So get in. So always we're going to be using in and then the car. Another example here is I'm in the taxi at the moment. Or you could say I'm in a taxi at the moment. Either one is okay to use in that phrase, in that sentence. It doesn't particularly matter, but the preposition would be in. Now, on contrast to that, we would say for public transport, buses, trains, subways, etc., we would use on, right? And I would say the same for jeepneys as well. You probably say I'm on the cable car. That's fine. If it's sharing with public, no problem. So, for example, get on the train at 9:30, right? So again, using on. The next one, I'm sorry I missed your call. I was on the bus, right? So as you can see, there are two very distinct differences when we're talking about using the prepositions for public transport versus private transport, right? So a little bit of a difference there, of course. All right, so instead of course, going over to the next page, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a practice for this one. All right, so let me just have a look at these ones here. Yes. All right, just very, very, very quick. There's only 3, and I'm sure they will be completely easy for you guys. There we go. All right. So, how would we fill in the sentences here? Right? You've got 2 choices, and you've got, of course, 2 gaps. Right? So, we watched loads of great movies. Something, the plane. I didn't sleep. But when we were something, the taxi, I fell asleep. So, number 1 is what, and number 2 is what. Which one would we say is the correct answers for these ones? Okay. What would you use for these? All right, we watched loads of great movies. Something, the plane, I didn't sleep. But when we were something, the taxi, I fell asleep. As I said, these are really, really, really easy. Jurina, hello, good evening. Thanks for joining. Lovely to have you. All right. Unfortunately, we had lots of people and they ran away. No, perhaps they're busy. Great. Raditya, good. Rosemary, great stuff. Julia, Amina, awesome. Panji, Arya, yes. Jurina, no problem. Yell, and yes, actually, well done. Pangat, fantastic. Very, very good indeed. Yes. So we watched loads of great movies on the plane, yes. But when we were in the taxi, I fell asleep. Exactly right, yes. Plane, we're talking about with other people, so of course, using on. Taxi is private, so we would use in. So the next one here, I was something, the taxi yesterday, when I saw Sue something, the bus. All right, again, this is very, very easy. All right. So, again, Lama, hello. Yes. Yeah, Nadia, I hope the internet will be good. All right. Yes, actually good. Julia, great. Aria, Rosemary, nice. Jurina, Amina, fantastic. Alrighty, good stuff. Okay. Great. Very, very good. Yes, Nadia, good job. Very good indeed. Okay. Yes, Raditya, good. Fantastic stuff. So, I was in the taxi yesterday when I saw Sue on the bus. Of course, right? Yeah, in and then taxi because it's private, on, and then of course the bus because it is public transport. The next one is a funny one. There was a really weird man something the subway yesterday. Okay. There was a really weird man something the subway yesterday? On or in? Whichever one you think is the correct one. All right. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, as I said, these are great to practice. I know they're simple. I know you guys are very familiar with them already, but it's great to practice these, of course. Amina, great stuff. Julia, well done. Axline, yes. Raditya, good. Jirina, Rosemary, Nadia, absolutely correct. Aria, yes. Great stuff. Well done indeed, of course. So subway absolutely is going to be public transport. Therefore, we can use on. There was a really weird man on the subway yesterday. Yes, good stuff. Very good. All right, so absolutely no issues there whatsoever. You guys absolutely nailed that one, which is fantastic. I am super duper happy. All right, good to practice sometimes. Yes, it is. And I think this is great for whoever is studying even at higher level for IELTS or Cambridge, even if they need to study for speaking fluently or speaking at a much more advanced level. These small little things make a huge difference. So even to practice those ones, it's very, very useful indeed. Doesn't matter whatever level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, it's always great to practice those ones just to refresh the memory, of course. Okay, so let's move on then to the next part, and that is using by. Because many people will talk about using on and in, which is totally what we're focusing on today. But I want to just quickly cover by, because it's still very, very important in terms of talking about transport. So we can use by when we are talking about a habit or a preference that we may have. Or we could talk about, we could use by when we talk about like how we got somewhere as well, which I didn't include in this one, but we still can use it. So for example here, I prefer traveling by plane than by boat, right? So talking about a preference, right? I prefer traveling by plane than by boat. I go to work by bicycle most days, but if it's raining, I go by bus. So again, here we can use by with both public and private transport. The difference here is if you're talking about walking, we would prefer to use on foot. That is a little bit of a difference there. So for example, I go to work on foot. We don't really say by walk. You can change it to say I walk to work. That's okay. But if you want to say like in a similar structure, we would say on foot is okay to use. But yes, we can use these ones here. All right. So usually, how do you travel to work or school, or how do you travel to your kids' school, right? Do you go by bus? Do you go by car? Do you go on foot? What are your usual ways of getting around? For me, I would say that my number one is I always go to work by train. Yes, always. Yeah, pretty much every day I go to work by train. Yeah. Sometimes I go to work by bus as well. But yes. Ah, okay, good. Yeah. In this case, Nadia, you can just say by car. Yeah. By car is okay. Or by... You could say by my own car is great. I love it. I love the expression is, yeah. Again, we could flip it around, similar to like instead of on foot, we could say I drive to work as well. That's another option too. But yes, by my own car. Cool. Very good indeed. All right. How about other people? How do you guys usually get around? Yeah, as I said, I usually go by train or by bus. And as most of you know, I do walk a lot as well. All right, I go to my son's school by my own car and to work by our company car. Oh, okay, right. That's cool. You have 2 cars that you can use. Good. Very, very good indeed. Yes. So they can track the petrol or gasoline, right? Mileage as well. Nice. Very, very good indeed. Fantastic. Okay, good. All right. Oh, no. It's no problem at all. I prefer traveling by plane than by ship. Okay, good. Very, very good indeed. Yes. Personally, I don't like traveling by ship or by boat. Yeah. It's a little bit scary. Oh, the other one isn't mine. Oh, I mean you have 2 cars. One company car and one of your own cars. Yes. 2 cars that you use, I mean. Yeah. All right. Thee, hello. I usually go by my own car. I find riding on a bus or train exhausting. That's a very good opinion, actually. Yes. Traveling can be exhausting. Yeah. It's very tiring. Especially if the train or the bus is very busy. Absolutely. During rush hour, it can be very crowded, and as we used a food idiom before, packed like sardines. It can be very exhausting. I agree with you. Yes. Great sentence there. Fantastic stuff. Okay, lovely. Well done. All right. So then just quickly, let's have a look at using some of these ones. Again, as I said before, I'm pretty sure you guys will be having no problems with this one whatsoever. It will be certainly extremely easy for you. I usually go to work on foot since the place where I work is 15 minutes walk. It's healthier to walk every day. I agree. Yes. I prefer to walk to work as well. Yes. Len always goes to Sophia's school on foot. Whether it's raining or snowing or thunder and lightning, she goes to her school on foot. Yes, quite amazing that she does that every day. Okay, so the one that I wanted to show you was this one here. All right, so let's give it a go. Alrighty, so easy. All right, again, fill in the gaps. I don't like to go, and then which one would we use here, right? Okay, We can use by for lots of things. We can use on as well. Yes. Great. Yeah. I'm sure many people do agree with Jurina. Yes. Yeah, good. Yeah. Although, I would say in Japan, the one interesting thing is that although the train is very, very popular, most people cycle to the station, right? So in I would say in the mornings, many people, they go to the station by bicycle and then they get on the train. Yes. All right, so here, I don't like to go by foot. Yes. All right. You could replace that with on. That's no problem at all. All right. What about this one here? All right, here. Most people go to work something bus. In, by, or on. All right. Which would we use? Okay. Yes. Yeah, good. Yeah, very good indeed. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, well, in this case, this is where it gets a little bit confusing between the prepositions. When we're talking about, like, of course, as I said, like habitual things, things that we do regularly, generally we use by. So in this case, most people go to work by bus. Yes. That is usually what we would use. Panga, good. Than, thank you very much. Yo, Rosemary, Julia, great stuff. Amina, yes, well done. Tra, great stuff indeed. All right, what about this one here? She can't speak now. She's something the car. Right? By, in, or on. Which one would we use? She can't speak now. She's something the car. Yeah, good. Nice. I tried to trick you. All right. Very good indeed. Thee, good. Amina, well done. Nadia, yes. Axeline, Than, Arya, well done. Jirina, great stuff. Tra, in is the correct answer. Rosemary, yes. Yes, she is in the car. If we said on the car, it kind of means that she's on top of the car. In that sense, yes. She could be, but yes, unlikely. Yeah, good. All right. Okay, the next one. Yes. They prefer to go something bike rather than on foot. All right. So they prefer to go something bike rather than on foot. In, by, or on. Right. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. A few interesting answers there. Good stuff. All right. Jirina, yes. Aria, Rosemary, Julia, yes. Yell, perfect. Axeline, Raditya, good. Nadia, well done. Yes. As you can see here, this is a preference. This is deciding which one is better, right? Which one is more more suitable, right? So in this case, they prefer to go by bike. Yes. Panga, great. Panji, good. By bike rather than on foot. Yes. because it's a preference. All right. Okay, she doesn't like to listen to music, something, the car. Okay. Which one? On, by, or in? Yes. She doesn't like to listen to music, something, the car. Alrighty, good. Yeah, absolutely. Well done. Very, very good indeed. Nice stuff. Yes, Than, Thee, good job. Yeah, well done. Julia, Lama, good. Nadia, yes. Axeline, good. Amina, Panga, well done. Yes, Rosemary, good job. Aria, great stuff. Yes, because of course it is talking about being in a car. So yes, she doesn't like to listen to music in the car is the correct answer, of course. Well done. And we're going to actually just stop there on 5. All right. We're going to go back to our PowerPoint because I'm going to go through some important phrases now. And this is going to help us with the conversation part, right? They've jumped up already. They shouldn't have done that. But anyway, here we go. You've seen what they like. Now, phrasal verbs, right? Phrasal verbs, get on and get off. So these two are incredibly useful when talking about public transport. So when we're telling someone how to use public transport, we often use these two phrasal verbs to signal starting points or finishing points. They are very, very important for this situation. So as you can see, get on means to start or to enter the train or the bus or the cable car. You can use it as that. For example here, get on the number 14 bus, right? Just means to start using, get on it. Get off means to, of course, finish or to exit, right? So again, if you're on the train or on the subway, get off means to exit the train or exit the subway. As an example here means get off at the second stop. Now, we will cover this part later, but we can say second stop or second station. Either one is perfectly okay to use. But here, I would say these two phrasal verbs are incredibly useful. Very, 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 I would say, important for this situation. So, with that being said, let's take a look at some other useful phrases. All right? So, the useful phrases that we can see here. Going towards, right? Going towards, and then the destination. Or you can say heading towards. Or another one we can use is bound for. Bound for is a little bit formal, right? I never use it. I wouldn't use it. If you asked me about using public transport, I would never use bound for. Maybe you hear it on the train, like the announcement, bound for, and then the place it's going to. But I wouldn't use it too much. In general conversation, it's a little bit formal. So, for example here, I would say, get on the train going towards Brighton. Right? Again, using it in conjunction with our phrasal verbs. Right? Get on the train, and you can speed it up, get on. Right? Instead of saying get on, we can use the pronunciation of get on rather than pronouncing the T. Very quickly, we can say, get on the train going towards Brighton. Or another one is, get on the number 14 bus bound for Victoria. It's okay. I don't like it though, because I think it sounds a little bit too formal. But it's still perfectly okay. The next one, get on the subway heading towards Tokyo. Right? It's the direction that it's going in, right? So we could say heading towards. My personal one, I would say going towards, or you could shorten it, going to. Get on the train going to Brighton. That's okay. Towards is quite a good one to use as well. All right. So, as I said before, using stop or station. And again, we usually use this in conjunction with get off, right? Get off at the, and then second stop. Get off at the third station, right? We can use it with those ones there. Or if you know the name of the station, of the bus stop, that's perfectly fine as well. You can say get off at, and then the name as well. So, for example, get off at the third stop, right? Or get off at Green Street. Yeah, both are okay. It all depends on what you know, your knowledge, your ideas, right? Make it as easy as possible, of course. So some more useful phrases that we can use. Transfer to. Now, this doesn't always mean that you transfer from one train line to another. We can, that's perfect. But we could transfer from a train to a bus. That's fine. Or you could transfer from a bus to a jeepney, right? Or you could transfer from a water bus to a tram, right? There are many possibilities. It's okay to use different ones. So it just means to change from one to another, right? For example, transfer to the Takasaki line at Akabane. All right, that one is actually in Japan. Or the next one here, transfer to the number 26 bus at Broad Road, right? So you can go from one bus to another bus, okay? Get on the number 14 bus and transfer to the number 26 bus at Broad Road, right? We can use them there. Means to change. If you want to say change to, that's fine. That's no problem. But transfer is quite a good one. Quite a natural one for us to use as well. Transfer to the local train at Lewis Station. Now that's an interesting one. When we're talking about the different types, yes. Tra, no problem. Water bus is an interesting one, indeed. But yes, I would say that there are different types of trains. You've got local trains, express trains. What else? In Japan we have commuter trains. So commuter trains are faster because they only stop at the big stations. Local trains are usually slower because they stop at every station, the small ones. So that's where we can, of course, differentiate between which train is best. Is the local train best, or is the express train best? Maybe it's best to get on the express train to London and then transfer to the local train and get off at Watford. Okay, things like that. So yes. And then the last one here just means a little bit of a warning, right? The warning here is like when we say don't take, all right? So in this case, we would say don't take, which equals a warning or that to be careful, right? So when in this case, don't take something, right? For example, here you could say, as we're talking about, don't take the express train because it doesn't stop at your station, right? Okay, so hold on a second. All right, let's see if I can take it off and then I will re-put it back up. Thank you, Axeline. If it's not clear, I'm not sure the reason why. Maybe it's because of this. Let's see. Hopefully it adjusts it. Maybe. Hopefully that makes it a little bit clearer. But yes, it says that everything is okay. It says that there's excellent condition, excellent connection. I don't know. But yes, in this case, we would say don't take the express train, right? Means like a warning, just because there's something that is maybe not good. Maybe it's too fast and it will go past your station, right? Or for example, don't take the local bus. It takes twice as long as the rapid, right? Maybe you make a mistake. If you take the local, it takes much longer. If you take the rapid, you can get there faster. In Japan, there's many. I have made the mistake before. I got on the local train and it took me an extra 30 minutes because it was stopping at every stop, which is not good. Okay. The next one here is this one. All right. Don't use the green line today. There's a delay, right? We can say don't use the green line. Yes, because maybe there's something wrong. So those are some useful phrases, right? Using don't take, transfer to, right? Of course, using get on something, heading towards, going towards, get off at the second stop, right? So those are useful. Now we have some useful questions, right? Again, it's very useful and important to talk about and ask questions. So in this case, you can ask, where does it leave from? Right? It leaves from, and then platform 2. Or if you can see it, you can say it leaves from over there. Especially if it's a bus, or if it's a tram, or if it's a tricycle or a jeepney. Yes. Where does the jeepney leave from? Oh, over there. Very simple, very easy answer. You could also ask, let's say, as we talked about before, we don't like some types of transport. Maybe you don't like the subway. Maybe you don't enjoy the subway. Maybe you feel nervous about the subway. Some people don't like it, which is fine. So you can ask, can I take a train instead? Or can I go by and then bus instead? Right? Just to change it. Maybe you can say, sure you can. Or, I don't think there are any buses that go there. Or, I don't think that there are any trains that go there. And then, of course, how long does it take? Right? Talking about time. It takes about 30 minutes. Right? It takes about 1 hour. Always use about, because we don't know, right? You're not 100% sure. It could be a little faster, it could be a little slower, we're not sure. The next one is, how much does it cost? Right? How much does it cost? It costs about, and then $5, right? In this case, when you're answering, I've heard many people use the phrase, it takes about $5. No problem, we can understand it. It's perfectly okay, but it's not a natural phrase. Yeah, I would say it costs is much more natural than saying it takes. So just be careful with those two differences there. But those are useful questions that we can always use with any type of transport. So yeah, we can use them with anything. It's quite good, actually. All right. So now let's put some of these into practice in a conversation. So hopefully, I hope, fingers crossed, it will be easy for us to see. Yeah, I will be a little bit disappointed if it's not. I hope so. But yes, let's take a look here. How do I get? So same as directions, right? How do I get to Leicester Square? Oh, that's easy. Take the tube. Use Victoria Station. It's just over there. Get on the District line going towards Barking. Then get off at Embankment and transfer to the Northern line going towards High Barnet. Then get off at the first stop. That's Leicester Square. Yes, it costs an arm and a leg, right? Yeah, I like it. We don't say it takes, it costs. Yeah, good. Okay. Can I take a bus? You could say, right, can I take a bus instead? Right, we can use that one. Or we sometimes make it shorter, can I take a bus? You can, or yeah, you can. You need to get on the number 23A bus and get off at Leicester Square station. But it takes ages, right? It takes a longer time. Ah, okay. What platform does the tube leave from? Now, if you're not sure, don't worry. It's okay. You can just say, I'm not sure, or I don't know. But if you do know, then perfect. At Victoria, it leaves from platform 2. Don't forget, whenever we talk about asking questions and answering questions, whenever we're answering the questions, we always use leaves, costs, takes, right? Whenever we're asking questions, we don't need the S. So we say take, leave, right? The next one is, what time is the next one? Right. The next one, if we know that we're talking about buses, then it means what time is the next bus. If the situation is talking about trains, we know what time is the next train, right? It leaves at 8:45. You've got about 5 minutes. Great. Thank you very much. No problem at all. All right. I like that one. As you probably notice in some of my comments, I often say no problem at all. Okay. So, let's practice using these ones here. All right. So I'm going to be using the black sentences. I'm going to be asking the questions. You guys can be answering the questions. All right. So let's give it a go. This is, of course, a conversation about taking public transport. So let's give it a try. Okay, ready? Okay, please start. Oh no, I do apologize. I should start. All right, let's start again. I don't know why I thought about that. All right, ready? How do I get to Leicester Square? Now it's your turn. Please go ahead. Can I take a bus? Okay, go. Ah, okay. What platform does the tube leave from? Okay, go. What time is the next one? Okay. Great. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Nice. Very good. Very, very, very good indeed. Okay. So that was, of course, helping someone. All right. So that was you guys giving the information. Now, as we said like earlier, there are many types of different transport, right? So we can use cable cars, we can use water buses, right? You can use these sentences with those, of course, it's no problem. So you could just say, right, if somebody says, how do I get to Westminster? Oh, that's easy. Take the water bus. Okay, get on the water bus at the stop over there, going towards the London Eye. Then get off at Westminster. And then it's easy. So you can use those for different types of transport. They're very, very interchangeable. Okay. Yeah. It's one of my favorites as well, Tra. Yeah, no problem at all. Some people don't like it, but it's become very, very, very popular recently, in the last few years. I don't know, 10, 15 years maybe. It's become more and more popular. So yes, it's a great one for us to use. You can say you're welcome, or my pleasure. Those are a little bit more formal. This one is useful, I think, for many everyday conversations. All right, so let's change and get you guys practicing asking the questions. Yes. So let's try and ask the questions. Alrighty. So this time you guys will start. So you're going to read the black sentences. All right. Okay. Please start. Oh, that's easy. Take the tube. Use Victoria Station. It's just over there. Get on the District line going towards Barking, then get off at Embankment and transfer to the Northern line going towards High Barnet, and then get off at the first stop. That's Leicester Square. Okay. Yeah, you can. You need to get on the number 23A bus and get off at Leicester Square station. But it takes ages. Please. At Victoria, it leaves from platform 2. It leaves at 8:45 a.m. You've got about 5 minutes. No problem at all. Alrighty. Great. Yeah, if you're shadowing, even better. As I told you, it's a good practice. Yes, shadowing's a great practice as well. So nice. Good work. Good job indeed. Fantastic. Well done. No problem. That there was an example conversation, of course. As always, we can change and we can put in different pieces of information, but that is just showing I would say, a general example, right? It's a general example of what you can use. And of course, you can change things here and there. But yeah, I would say the structure is very, very similar and very useful. Okay, so that's not all. Don't worry, there's more. All right, so let's have a look at everyone's favorite idioms, of course. All right, so we've got some transport themed, related idioms. All right. Yeah, thanks very much. I'm glad. As I said, I like those kinds of activities. I think they're good. So, transport idioms. These are not idioms that we can use in the conversation. These are separate. So, I'm going to show you some idioms that are very interesting, but not related to the conversation. So let's take a look at the first one. And this one, drive me up the wall. Okay, drive me up the wall. This one means to make me annoyed, or make me angry, right? Or make someone annoyed. Make someone angry. Yes. All right. Great. Sure. No problem at all. Yeah. Maybe I will just make a shorter video, possibly, of the conversation. Maybe that would be a good idea. Just using the conversation so it's easy for people to practice, possibly. Yeah, but taking a photo is good. All right, so drive me up the wall. Very similar to drives me crazy. Drives me round the bend as well. Those are very similar. Very, very, very similar. The next one is don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? When we say don't need to reinvent the wheel, you don't need to copy what's already been done, right? So let's say the clock, right? We don't need to change the clock in any way. Of course, different shapes and different sizes, but the fundamental, the basic things are the same. We don't need to change it, right? So, the next one. Lost my train. So this is where the transport part comes in. Lost my train of thought, right? Train, yeah, train. The reason why we're talking about train is we link ideas or we link opinions like a train, right? We talk about one thing and then we talk about the next one, the next one, the next one. They're all linked, connected. So this means that we forgot what we were going to say, right? So yes, you can be talking and then something happens. Oh, what was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought, right? Yeah, I forgot. The next one is talking about a ship. That ship has sailed. Again, this is very similar to missed the boat, right? Again, the meaning is a missed opportunity, right? So there's two that are very similar. Missed the boat and that ship has sailed means a missed opportunity. Okay, the next one is cross that bridge when I come to it. Okay, I should have put that all in blue, but I didn't. Cross that bridge when I come to it. Of course, you can change the subject to we or you or they. This means to deal with difficult things when they come up or when they happen. So we don't need to worry about them now. We will cross that bridge when we come to it, right? If it happens, we will then try to solve the problem. Okay? Ah, good. I'm sure there are some that have similar meanings indeed. In our country, use it, but it means to ignore. Right, interesting. Okay. Hello, Mari. Good evening. I'm glad you could join us. All right. Then we can use throw someone, right, me, under the bus. Right? Throw me under the bus. This means to blame someone for something. Right? Yes. It means to basically give them the responsibility for something that happened. Yeah. All right. So those are 6 interesting idioms that we've got. So let's give a practice. Yeah, let's give them a practice. Alrighty. So let's have a look at our idioms. Alrighty. And yes, we are perfectly ready for these ones here. Okay. Alrighty. So let's have a look. I was just setting them up. Here we go. All right. Let's have a look here. I wish I bought it. Oh well, nothing I can do now. And then da 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 da. A. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. I've lost my train of thought. Or that ship has sailed. Which one is the correct answer? All right. Okay. I wish I bought it. Oh well, nothing I can do now. Yes. Da 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 da. All right. And these examples are actually, I would say, realistic sentences. These are, phrases and sentences that we naturally would use. So, yes, they're pretty interesting. All right. But yeah, good. Mari, great. Thee, well done. Nadia, Rosemary, Thee, good. Aria, well done. Yell, yes. Tra, actually good. Pangat, Amina, awesome stuff. You are all perfectly correct. Than, yes. That ship has sailed. Yes. That opportunity has gone. Indeed. Yes. Expressing regret. Okay, the next one, Raditya, yes, good job. Okay, the next one, number 2. Let's just get this started and we'll something. Let's hope it won't happen. All right, Panji, Julia, good job. All right, so here, A. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Sail that ship. Or throw it under the bus. Okay. Let's just get this started and we'll something. All right. What could it be? Cross that bridge when we come to it. Sail that ship. Or throw it under the bus. Alrighty. Nice. Yes, very good. I love it that you guys are absolutely perfect with these. Well done. Alrighty. Fantastic stuff. Alright. Raditya, good. Amina, Than, well done. Axeline, good. Yell, yes. Pangat, fantastic. Nadia, Thee, Mari, very good indeed. Rosemary, Tra, Aria, yes, well done. Cross that bridge when we come to it, yes. Basically, let's get it started, and if some problems happen, we will deal with them when they come up, when they happen. Yes, perfect. All right. The next one. I can't believe you something. Why did you tell him it was me when it was both of us? Drove me up the wall, threw me under the bus, lost your train of thought. Some water. Okay. All right. Yeah, good. Very good. Perfect stuff. All right. If you guys watch some Western American movies or British movies, you might hear this sometimes. Yes. It's quite a common idiom for us to use, actually. Yeah, good. But well done. Thea, yes, absolutely. Raditya, Mari, great. Arya, yes. Nadia, good job. Thea, yeah, well done. Rosemary, Than, Amina, good try. Fantastic. Axleen, Pangat, well done as well. Yes, I can't believe you threw me under the bus. Yeah, basically, when we're talking about this one, it means that I had no defense. I couldn't defend myself. So even though it was two people doing something maybe wrong, you know, the first person told the manager, the boss, that it was me, right? So I had no way of defending myself. So I was thrown under the bus and it was my fault, right? So yes, it's a horrible expression. Yes, I agree, Arya. But it's useful. Okay, the next one. I'm asking for some original ideas. You need to cross the bridge. Don't need to reinvent the wheel. Threw me under the bus. Okay. Which one can we use for this one? I'm asking for some original ideas. You da 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 da. Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah, the idioms. They seem to be getting easier. Good stuff. Alrighty. Fantastic. Well done. Okay. Julia, yes. Mari, Tra, well done. Nadia, yes. Amina, great stuff. Thea, very good. Very good indeed. Well done. Yell, yes. Rosemary, good stuff. Axleen, yes. Thank you very much. I'm asking for some original ideas. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to copy other people's ideas. Yes. Have an original one. Yes. Not taking it from somewhere else. Good. Da 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 da. All right. Okay, the next one. You really something when you forget to turn off the lights. Reinvent the wheel? Sail that ship or sail the ship? Drive me up the wall. You really da 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 when you forget to turn off the lights. Okay. What would we say here? All right, nice. Yeah, good stuff. Yes. Actually, and this is honest, this is very truthful. My mum likes to use this one. Yes. She really, really likes to use this one. Yeah, very good indeed. Mari, absolutely correct. Tra, yes. Raditya, good. Rosemary, nice. Amina, Yell, well done. Nadia and Axeline, yes, very good. Fantastic, yes. Drives me up the wall. Perfect. Panji, well done. Yeah, I think in the UK, in England, it's very popular. So it drives me up the wall, yes, when you do this, right? So it's a good one, a very good one indeed. Okay. All right. Nice. Good job. Alrighty. Okay, so the next one. Why did you interrupt me? Now I've something. Lost my train of thought, been thrown under the bus, or driven up the wall. Which one is the correct answer? All right. Why did you interrupt me? Now I've something. Right? A, lost my train of thought. B, been thrown under the bus. Or C, driven up the wall. Good. Well done. All right. Absolutely. Okay. Very good indeed. Thee, yes. Yo, perfect. Amina, well done. Aria, yes. Mari, Rosemary, very good. Very good indeed. Okay. Nadia, Tra, yes. Than, well done as well. Axeline, perfect. Raditya, yes. Very good as well. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought. Don't you just hate that when someone interrupts you and you forget what you were going to say? It really, it's a very annoying. You could say, actually, it drives me up the wall when that happens. Yes, it's very interesting. Yeah. Why did you interrupt me? Now I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's a good one to use indeed. Awesome. Fantastic. Very well done indeed. Okay. Yeah, where was I? Yeah. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, or what was I talking about, right? Yeah, we can use those expressions. Yeah, good. Well done. Absolutely no problem at all. Fantastic stuff. So those there are the idioms. And well done. You guys did superbly well. Very nicely done indeed. All right, guys. Thank you ever so much. It's been awesome. Real fun lesson. Thank you for contributing. And of course, it's been super fun as usual. If you do have a couple of seconds, and if you haven't already, if you can just hit that like button, then it will be great for me and for the channel to grow a little bit more so that more people can see it. But yes, thank you very much indeed. It's been awesome. Alrighty. So hopefully that means that you guys are a little bit more familiar with how to deal with people asking for information about transport, and hopefully you can answer their questions. You can give them information very easily, and yeah, it's certainly something that is very interesting indeed. All right, so with that being said, I just wanted to check while we were live and wanted to thank you guys because apparently we have already hit over 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I will just show you guys that so you can see it for yourselves. Okay, let me quickly show you. All right, and we can see it here. Where are we? Dun, 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 dun. I was here just a second ago. There we go. All right, so here we are. This is the channel, and you guys have helped me get to over 3,000 subscribers already. So thank you very much. I've been, really happy and blessed. So thank you indeed. All right, I was checking it earlier today and it was just under 3,000. So awesome stuff. And this is thanks to you guys as well, right? You guys have been really supportive, moving from Facebook over to here, even though we do lots of things on Facebook too. But yeah, thank you very much indeed. And let's hope we can continue to grow more and more in the future. Yeah, it's going to be a good year this year. I really do think so. So thank you all very much indeed. And I will be back with another lesson on Saturday. I've already got a topic in mind, but I'm just thinking about which one to do first. So maybe we're going to do something with talking about like health and fitness, or possibly looking at something a little bit more related to traveling. But yes, I'm going to definitely be back with a lesson on Saturday, of course. And thank you all for your lovely comments and words as well. So thank you very much indeed. All right, guys, that is all. And I do appreciate your time and, of course, your participation as usual. And as I said, we will be back with another lesson on Saturday. But in between then, I think I've got one video that will be coming out maybe tomorrow. So yes, I'm going to touch up some finishing touches to that, and then I will upload it for you guys tomorrow. But anyway, until the next time, please, all of you, stay safe, and I hope you are well and enjoy the rest of the week. And fingers crossed, I can see all of you again on Saturday. But once again, thank you very much. I know 3,000 is, in the grand scheme of things, quite small, but we're building. And I'm really, really pleased that you guys are coming along for the journey as well. But yes, as for me, thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you all on Saturday. Take care and have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.